What's up, YouTube? It's Double D here. Today I'm going to talk about, are all Harley riders old and gray and fat? I don't know. I don't think so. But hey, we'll get into it. So I posted the $1 Million Bogan video about, you know, help save $1 Million Bogan, because it's a good channel. So it's, you know, let's get him back on the YouTube, on the internet. But there was a couple of comments that it's Harley's a dying breed and it's going away because all the clientele is, you know, aging off and can't ride, or just old and can't do it, whatever. And I mean, yes, I see older riders when I go to the dealership. I see older riders when I'm hanging around, and I see Harley riders, right? But I also see a lot of younger people there. And I don't think these people, they just like, oh, Harley's for old people. They don't like look. So if you go to a Harley dealer, I can tell you there's people in their 20s, and there's people all the way up top, probably their 70s or plus, who knows. And a lot of them, you know, they have that stigmatism, oh, you're badasses and blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, I get it. But there's a lot of us out here who, you know, I'm not in my 20s, I'm in my 40s. And I'm just getting started riding, and, you know, I've always liked Harley and always liked motorcycles. It didn't have to be a Harley. Like I said, I was looking at a Kawasaki Vulcan. But the part that bothers me is all these people who are like, oh, it's all old, fat, white people. And I'm like, okay, I'm not old per se. Some people might think I'm old because, you know, I remember my 20s and in my teen years, I thought 40 was old. Now I look at it, I'm like, dang, I can still do a lot of stuff. I can still run around in circles around some of these teenage kids, especially some of the ones that, you know, I deal with on a daily basis. You know, but hey, and I know there's a lot of younger guys out there, other YouTubers who are Harley guys, and they're in their 30s. And I do know that my dealership that I frequent the most, which is in Allen, Texas, they post up pictures of people who buy bikes. And I will say, out of probably 2% out of 100%, it's older people getting bikes. I'd say in the probably 25%, it's young riders starting out with Sportsters or whatever, or even the 500s and the 750s or whatnot. They're out there. And then the other group is all middle-aged, younger, I would say from their 30s all the way up to their 50s, buying motorcycles. You know, they buying all sorts of things, from Sportsters all the way up to Road Kings. And, you know, I just don't see Harley just being old people and they're going to die because nobody's buying the bike. People are still going to buy the bike. It has that nostalgia. It's one of those recognized brands out there. I think it's funny that these people are still stuck in that mindset. It's all old people. Go to a dealership and hang out for a day. That's one thing I like doing, is people watching, period. I just think it's hilarious. And I go all different places to people watch. And you meet different people. And that's one thing I like about the Harley dealer. You go there and people talk to you, because you can sit there and talk to them about motorcycles or just all sorts of stuff. But they're all different age groups. They're not old, fat, white guys. And I'll see a lot of, you know, what do you call it? Younger kids there, you know, kind of just testing the water, seeing what's going on. And I always try to make an effort to, like, say, hey, what's up? You looking at a Harley, you know, and just chit chat with them and see what their mindsets are. And they are the same thing. I always like the Harley. You know, I see, you know, my dad rode one and I want to ride with my dad, or, you know, my grandpa used to ride one and I want to get into it. So I don't think Harley's going to go. Now, are their numbers going to go down? Yes, they are. They have been. But I don't think that's because it's all old white people and they're aging out. I just think right now, nobody's looking at buying extra stuff. They're just trying to make it through the day. And I think that is the biggest thing that we're running into is, you know, you have these people who just stereotype all Harley riders. We're not all old, fat, white guys. Now, I'm an older gentleman and I do have some weight on me, but I'm not old by any means. And I don't get it. I don't. And I just think these people are just ignorant and not doing their research and just thinking that that's what it is. And they need to get off, you know, their little internet keyboard trolls and get out there and experience the world instead of sitting behind a keyboard. It is unreal. And I just think it's the funniest thing that you want to sit there and troll people over this whole topic. And yes, $1 Million Bogan made some comments that he shouldn't have made. And I do feel there's a couple other YouTubers who made some really good videos about it. You know, Harley can do what they want. You know, it's their company. Now, will it hurt them? I don't know. It's one YouTuber, but that YouTuber has a pretty big following. And there's some of the other ones that have a lot more people behind them. And guess what? They're not really saying much because, you know, they don't want to piss anybody off. And I totally get it. But with $1 Million Bogan, you know, he's an older gentleman. He ain't fat by any means. So, I don't know. And if you guys feel that way, put some stuff down in the comments and we can discuss this further. But I just think that as a whole, Harley just needs to find themselves. And as soon as they do, we'll all sit there and follow. Yes, we may not like the bikes that they're coming out with, every one of them. But there's people out there who like it. I think they need to try a couple more little, you know, sportier looking bikes at this time. Because they had Buell, and that suffered a little bit. Because that wasn't the mindset at the time, and everybody thought Harley was a cruiser. And then they come out with one and try it for a couple years, and then it's like, okay, that didn't sell. And then all of a sudden it's like they discontinue it, and then everybody's buying them but trying to find them online. So I don't know. I mean, that's just my 2 cents. But guys, if you like the sort of thing, just make sure you subscribe. I'll ramble about other things. Make sure you comment. We can talk about it through the comments. You know, if I'm right, if I'm wrong, we'll go from there. And I'm not to say I'm right by any means. I just feel that is my opinion when I go to the dealer, that these guys are not all old fat white guys. With that, guys, I'm leaving this conversation. We can discuss it and pick it up in the comments. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one. Ride safe and don't be a jerk. Later.